Good morning. I know it's been a while. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Sports with Balls. I am Jeff Michael. Here we go, 7 a.m. on Friday the 13th. Woo! Wow. Lots to go over, man. I know it's been a minute. Look, I usually take a little while off because sports slows down. I need a break. It's time for me to do some stuff with the children, get some family stuff together. But here we are. Sports with Balls is back. I'm Jeff Michael. We are live. Let's get cracking. Like I mentioned, today is Friday the 13th. Hope the feed's coming through good. Let me check with everything, make sure we're good to go. Yeah, looks fine. Feed looks good to me. Let me check on the date, man. Here we go. Let's do this. What is today? Friday the 13th, June. Man, can you believe 6 more freaking months, guys? And we're going to be back at 6 more months, and we'll be at 2026. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Today, Friday the 13th, National Sewing Machine Day, Feast of St. Anthony Day, where we had International Axe Throwing Day. That's become super popular now for a bunch of bars. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff going on around the world. I'm not going to get into political stuff, so we'll just leave that all alone. National Blame Someone Else Day. Not a big fan of that, but all right. Dance Movement Therapy Day. If your name is Jane, Mary Jane, Spider-Man. Kitchen Klutz. What the hell is that? National Productive Business Civility Day. This one's fantastic. World Softball Day. I do have a softball tournament this weekend. Not me, but my daughter does. Cannot wait. Excited. Father's Day this weekend. Happy Father's Day to all of the incredible fathers out there. Yeah, should be fun. National Weed Your Garden Day. I know a lot of people with green thumbs. Shout out to Ashley for that one. Random Acts of Light Day. Chris Evans' birthday, otherwise known as Captain America. Steve-O's birthday, but those are your national holidays here on Friday the 13th, man. Oh, dude, sports world is booming again. I'm glad to be back. Thank you guys for tuning in to this edition of Sports with Balls. I don't even know what edition it is. It's got to be show number 1000 or something like that. But before we get going, of course, got to thank the guys that make this possible. Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. Get over to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. The place is flat out amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's 5 Houston area locations, lunch specials every day, drink specials every day. Get over to Chris's Tailgate, find one near you, get some grub in. Also, Thiessen's Law Firm, Mark Thiessen, 713-864-9000, 713-864-9000. Thiessen Law Firm, if you get in trouble, drink too much at Christian's, call Mark Thiessen. West Butler, if your house burns down or you have a flood, call Butler CCS, 713-330-9472. Fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it, he's got you covered. And my boys over at C&E Pristine pool remodeling, dude, guys, they do everything. Replace your filter, clean your pool. Get over to C&E Pristine. Chris Luna over there making things happen. Thank you, guys. Sports world, the sports world. I don't even know where to go. I don't know where to start with. We'll start off with hockey. Guys, I've told you this before. If you follow my show and know me by any means, you know that the NBA Finals and hockey are not the biggest thing on the menu for me. Hence why I take a lot of time off right during the NBA playoffs when they start and NHL hockey starts. It's just a good time for me to take a break. But we do have a hell of an NHL playoff series going on for the Stanley Cup. It's tied. The series is tied 2-2. After another overtime last night, the Oilers and Panthers, 5-4. Oilers take the victory. The Edmonton Oilers over the Florida Panthers, 2-2. And a good dude. If you're a hockey fan, this is fantastic. It's been amazing. I can't tell you all the guys that are performing well. I can't tell you all that's going on in hockey, but you know it is what it is. Hockey seems to be doing okay, and the final scene. Look, I tell you what. I'm going to watch the next game. Game 5. Of course, if there's a game 7, hockey playoffs are just different. They're very, very energetic. If you've never been to an NHL playoff game or a Stanley Cup playoff game, I highly recommend doing it. It's phenomenal. It is nonstop. A 5-4 game in a game 4 where tied the series up 2-2, 9 goals scored. I would have loved to have been there. That had to have been flat out freaking amazing. But I don't have a dog in the fight. I'll be in Florida next week, so go Panthers, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I am gonna watch. I'll watch some of that because it looks like it's a lot of fun. They're having a blast over there in hockey. NHL, I hope your ratings are through the roof. We'll go to the next the next subject. The U.S. Open kicked off yesterday. JJ Spawn -4. Brooks Koepka -2. Let's see. Sanjay M is at -2 as well. Those are your leaders so far. I'm trying to get down here to some notable names. John Rahm tied for 10th with an even. Only, what is that, about 8 or 9 people shot under par yesterday. The U.S. Open, notorious for incredibly long rough, and you have to hit the fairway, obviously. Colin Morikawa is tied for 10th and even. Adam Scott's there as well. Jordan Spieth at +1, tied for 19th. Where's all the big names? Scotty Scheffler, there you go, tied for 32nd. He actually is +2. I don't know what time he kicks off today. It looks like he might already be going today, but Jordan Smith is right there with him at +2. It goes on and on and on and on. Bryson DeChambeau +3, but I'll keep an eye on that. Keep you guys. I'm not going to have a show until Monday, so I'll let you know who wins the U.S. Open on Monday. But right now, your leaders sit at -4. JJ Spawn. If you're JJ Spawn, and obviously he's not a household name, and you're the leader going into day 2, you got to feel amazing. That's got to be the highlight of your entire life. You're leader at day 2 at the U.S. Open, man. My goodness. Go, JJ. I'm rooting for an underdog, right? I love Scotty Scheffler. I do. I think the guy's done flat out amazing things, but I just guess it's his personality. He's just sort of there. He's not as fiery. I mean, look, I understand we're never going to get a Tiger Woods again, but I need somebody with a little energy. And Scotty Scheffler, just kind of tired of seeing him win. On to the NFL, then I'll get to NBA and Major League Baseball. There's some cool things in Major League Baseball and the NBA, but there's some news coming out that's I hate to laugh. I can't believe I'm laughing at this, but ex wide receiver Antonio Brown is being sought after, and the law enforcement looking for Antonio Brown on attempted murder charges. Law enforcement of Miami-Dade County, seeking to arrest former NFL receiver Antonio Brown on charge of attempted murder, according to a warrant reviewed by the Washington Post, who reported this. Charge stems from a shooting Brown was allegedly involved in during a celebrity boxing event in Miami last month. The warrant shows a charge of attempted murder with a firearm. It also instructs Brown to post a $10,000 bond and remain on house arrest until trial. This is crazy. Brown was detained by police after gunshots were fired at the boxing event, which hosted by an online stream, Aiden Ross. Brown was seen fighting with several people on video, social media. Gunshots could clearly be heard after the altercation. I think this stems from people trying to steal his necklace at this thing. And then Brown fired a couple of shots, I guess. This is attempted murder. Look, obviously he's going to have a trial. He's going to have to post a bond. He's going to get arrested here pretty soon, I would think. But this is just another thing in a long string of events where Antonio Brown has gone off his rocker. Antonio Brown has just absolutely gone off the deep end. And a lot of people say it's a hit from, what's his name, for the Cincinnati Bengals that laid an absolute bomb hit on him one day in the NFL. But this is sad. I think this is very sad. I don't know if this is CTE. A lot of people are gonna attribute this to CTE. By the way, Jason Kelsey says that he now has symptoms of CTE. Travis Kelsey's brother, former center of the Philadelphia Eagles. But this is a sad day for Antonio Brown and the long string of events. I don't know what needs to happen. Is he mentally capable of standing trial? Is he mentally stable in general? Antonio Brown has just what seems to be lost his mind. I don't know about. Look, first of all, what are you doing carrying a gun to a boxing event? I don't know. This has shades of a lot of. Look, if you're carrying a firearm into an event and you're wearing a lot of jewelry, you're already inviting a lot of bad shit to happen to you. And then all of a sudden this seems to be after the altercation, which is the attempted murder charge. This wasn't during, this was after. So he obviously went back for more, was pissed off, something like that. Something happened. I guess we'll find out in the trial. But if Antonio Brown did start shooting into a crowd, I mean, you're looking at jail time for Antonio Brown. That is that's not good. That's not good at all for Antonio Brown. We're going to see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated, but this all happened yesterday, so I'm sure we'll find out more news today as far as that's concerned. Maybe he'll turn himself in. I don't know where he is, but cops are looking to arrest Antonio Brown for attempted murder. All right. The other big news in the NFL came out a few days ago. Well, Nick Chubb went to the Houston Texans. By the way, Houston Texans roster looks good. Tank Dell, by the way, posted on Instagram. We saw that horrific injury he had to his knee last year in that catch in the end zone. Said he'll be back sooner than later. So we'll see if he comes back to the Houston Texans sooner than we thought. It looked like he wasn't even going to play this year, but we'll see. But the roster looks good. The Texans look great. But now they add Nick Chubb. The other big news coming out, obviously, Aaron Rodgers going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The memes flying around about him being an old man are hysterical. He's 41 years old. He signs with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't know, man. Good luck. I mean, they got DK Metcalf, right? And you've got Aaron Rodgers who can still throw a football. I don't know. Injuries, I have no idea. Did he look decent last year with the Jets? I guess. The Jets roster was more stacked than anything. I think their odds of making the playoffs was 61 to 65% before the season started. They ended up being one of the worst teams in the NFL. You've got Mike Tomlin, and then you've got Aaron Rodgers. How is that going to work? How is Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers going to put this together is my question. Going to be interesting. Going to be very, very interesting. But 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers is with the Pittsburgh freaking Steelers. I saw a thing, what was this, on Dan Patrick the other day about small market teams tied to the NBA and NFL. Like, Aaron Rodgers has played for Green Bay and Pittsburgh, two of the smallest markets out there, right? Two of the most storied franchises in NFL history, and how it doesn't translate into the NBA. Small markets in the NBA are absolutely horrible. Oklahoma City, Indiana. But small markets in the NFL, they've done a great job. The NFL is just such a machine. The NFL has done a great job in carrying these incredibly small markets that get all this television time and fan base. They've done a great job. The NBA, they cannot do that. It doesn't translate into the NBA. Small markets in NBA are small markets. Small markets in NFL are huge, huge markets. Pittsburgh, Green Bay. I mean, those are massive, massive franchises. And now Aaron Rodgers goes over to the Pittsburgh Steelers after a so-so year with the Jets. He's 41. I would assume this is Aaron Rodgers last year. I'm hoping this is Aaron Rodgers last year. I don't want another debacle. I guess it's how it all goes if he doesn't get hurt, if they make the playoffs. I haven't looked at the odds yet. I will look this up as we get closer to the season. The odds, Pittsburgh either making the playoffs, making a Super Bowl, Rodgers being MVP. I wouldn't bet on any of it. I just wouldn't. Now, If we go as far as history is concerned, the Pittsburgh Steelers will finish above 500. That's just Mike Tomlin. They've never finished below 500 in his tenure. So I would assume they're going to be over 500. They've got some good talent. Can they run the ball is a great question. And Aaron Rodgers and the head coaching staff, if I'm going to watch something about Aaron Rodgers this year, it's how him and Mike Tomlin are going to get along. Is Aaron Rodgers calling his own plays? Is Tomlin going to give him the flexibility to do whatever he wants? That's the dynamic I'm watching. I'm watching Tomlin and Rodgers. I want to see their eye contact after Aaron Rodgers throws a pick. Is he blaming Tomlin like he does? He blames everybody else but himself. That's the that's the fun stuff that I'm going to be looking for, and I think everybody will be for Aaron Rodgers. I hope this is Aaron Rodgers last year. This whole tour of him going team to team to team and then holding out and waiting until the last second, and this drama-filled life that he's living now with his parents and his brother on some reality shows, and it's just, man, it's a lot. And who Aaron Rodgers is dating, the whole ayahuasca stuff. I just, man, dude, I'm sick of it. Honestly, I just want to watch Aaron Rodgers play good football, and it's been nothing but him playing good football for the last few years. It's about him doing drugs and who he's dating and his family life, dude. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. Aaron, please go play good football. I would love for the Pittsburgh Steelers to be relevant, but if this is just another drama-filled season with Aaron Rodgers at the helm of the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's freaking annoying. Like, it's just obnoxious. Get out of here. I'm done. I think that he is absolutely, if he would have retired 2 years ago, maybe just taking one season away from the Packers just to see what he could have done. He tears his Achilles. The entrance was phenomenal in New York. If he would have retired after that, look, we're great. Nobody would have said anything. Just, you're one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Now you have gone from maybe top 7, top 10 quarterback to, bro, you're in top 25 maybe. And it's just because of personality. And I know that sounds weird because it's supposed to be based on stats, but people are going to be like, hell no. Put Aaron way down there. He could have walked away on top, or at least close to it. But Aaron Rodgers will now tie his wagon up to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin and DK Metcalf, which is, man, I mean, if that works, it works, but we'll see. And Mike Tannenbaum, he thinks that Aaron Rodgers will be irrelevant on the Steelers by Thanksgiving. That could be the case. And it's funny because we're not even paying attention to I want Aaron Rodgers to do great, but this is all drama. It's like, oh, what's going to happen in Pittsburgh? It's just what I said earlier about him and Mike Tomlin. It's not about his performance on the field anymore. It's about his relationships with people and how he reacts to stuff and the aura that is Aaron Rodgers these days, the bad mojo that is Aaron Rodgers. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. But, look forward to all the drama because that's exactly what it's going to be. Going back to the Texans, their safety, what is his name? Jimmy Ward got arrested for a felony assault charge with a family member. The Texans were one of the most least arrested teams in the NFL. I think they were at the bottom, as a matter of fact. Ward may have just changed that. That's about it. Speaking of Ward, I saw Cam Ward was doing really, really good in OTAs. I just, man, they may have a quarterback over there in Tennessee. What else we got? Anything else on football? Not really, man. I love the fact that we're starting to talk about football, and that's why I'm jumping back into the show. I usually do this about 100 days left. I think there's 90 days left. I'll look. I know you know what? Let's look at this right now. When is the Hall of Fame game? Because I always do this every year. I'm like, woo, Hall of Fame game. When is it? Preseason. Hall of Fame game is August. July 31st this year. We have a football game in July. Woo! No way. Thursday, July 31st, man. Wow. So we're about a month and a half away from football on television. Jeez. Now, obviously, preseason one. The season will kick off Thursday, September the 4th. Cowboys and Eagles. With the Eagles favored by 7 points already. This is in Philadelphia. Wow. The NFL wants to really jump on this Cowboy thing early. My gosh. If the Cowboys get stomped in Philly, it's just going to start. It's just going to start already, man. My gosh. Oh, there's a game Thursday, there's a game Friday, and then obviously the regular slated game Sunday. Fantasy football will start to be relevant. We'll jump into all that stuff as the season gets closer. Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, guys. The ratings are skyrocketing. I saw and read a bunch of stuff talking about the ratings for baseball just going through the roof right now. It's a fun game. Whatever they've done to bring it back to where it was, they've done a great job. Good job, MLB. They are kicking ass. They are kicking ass. The Cubs are relevant. The Detroit Tigers have the best record in the league, are right up there with I think the Mets. Pete Crow Armstrong. You've got major names doing major things. Aaron Judge, another historic season for what he's doing. I mean, the franchises that are supposed to produce are producing. The Dodgers doing very well. Shohei doing Shohei things. Paul Skeens, great story. Sad storyline, but great story. It's just fun to watch baseball right now. There's 1-0 game. Yesterday, I think there was a 1-0 game and a 16-3 game. Yep, that's true. The Texas Rangers beat the Minnesota Twins 16-3, and the Yankees won 1-0. Just fun baseball. There's great pitching. There's home runs. Baseball's done a great job marketing-wise. It's up across the board. It's fun to go to the games. Everybody was bitching about this, the pitcher's clock. Oh, you're shortening up games. You're taking stuff away. Bullshit. It's amazing. It's so much fun to go to baseball games. It's fast-paced. It hasn't taken away any drama. There's great catches. I mean, baseball is just doing a fantastic job. A fantastic job of bringing the game around to where it needs to be. And I'm glad because I absolutely love baseball. I love going to the park. I love taking my kids to go watch games. It was boring for a while. Let's be honest, guys. Baseball was boring for a while. You had cheating scandals. Not just the Astros. There was a lot of other stuff going on. But baseball is back and in a big way. They've got names that they are really pushing out there. They've got young players that are coming up. I mean, we're paying attention now to kids that are in the minors like we used to. I mean, so we're following players through the minors into the majors, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Let's go over the standings real fast. I believe the Yankees, Yankees got a 4.5-game lead in the American League East over Toronto. Yankees with 42 wins on the season. I think the bigger thing for the Yankees is the plus 107. That's huge. Look, the trade deadline is going to come up pretty soon for MLB. The Yankees make a trade for a big arm. Woo, watch out. Watch out. Let's see. In the Central, like I told you, best record in all of baseball, well, tied with the Mets. The Detroit Tigers, an ex-Houston Astro, A.J. Hinch, as their manager. The Detroit Tigers are on top of the Central by 8 games. They almost have it locked in. The Detroit Tigers with a plus 88 differential as well. Guys, Detroit is no joke. If Paul Skeens needs to go somewhere, it's Detroit. Imagine that. Detroit may win the World Series if they get Paul Skeens. I'm just throwing that out there. I know they want him in a big market. Major League Baseball, watch the Dodgers or some shit, dude. Ugh. But, Detroit Tigers, man. Wow. They have a 21.5-game lead over the Chicago White Sox, who are in the basement. Speaking of basements, I'm going to jump back up to American League for a second. American League East with Baltimore. What's going on in Baltimore? That is one of the greatest lineups I've seen on paper in a long time. The Baltimore Orioles. I thought Adley Rutschman was going to be an MVP candidate. The Baltimore Orioles were fantastic. They have absolutely crapped the bed. They can still turn it around. I'm not saying it's over, but it looks almost over. Sad. Their differential, they're the only negative differential in the American League East. They have minus 85. Now, I don't know if that's pitching. I don't know if that's lack of offense. I'd have to go through their entire schedule. But, damn, Baltimore. I thought they were going to be – I mean, if you're going to put a long shot, I think I said at the beginning of the season, put $100 on Baltimore making it to the World Series. Not even close. Not even close. You go to the West, the Houston Astros have now opened up a 4.5-game lead on the Seattle Mariners and Los Angeles Angels. Astros making a lot of noise right now. They're pitching Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez. I think Framber had an 82-pitch complete game the other day. You can't beat great pitching, and that's what Astros are doing. The Astros have one of the best rotations in all of baseball. Plus, throw in Josh Hader, who's 18 for 18 on saves this year. He's perfect in save situations. The Astros are playing good baseball. Fundamental baseball. Jose Altuve in left field. If the Astros make a trade, which I fully expect them to try to get a big one. You know, we were all bitching. Everybody complaining about Bregman and Tucker being gone at the beginning of the season because Bregman and Tucker took off. They were playing badass baseball. Now both of them are injured, and the Astros are playing well as usual. We always get upset with the Houston Astros for trading big names or getting rid of them. Carlos Correa, George Springer, Yuli. Not that he was that good, but and then now you got Bregman and Tucker gone. I mean, those are 4 huge baseball names, and they're in first place in their division. First place. By 4.5 games, we're not even close to All-Star break. We're only 68 games. We still have 100. A little less than 100 games to go, and they're already 4.5 games up after starting in the basement, by the way. So props to Espada over there, guys. 7-3 in their last 10 games. The Astros are just playing good baseball. They are just playing good baseball. If they make a big trade and their pitching staff stays healthy, which, by the way, they lost 2 of their pitchers already that's been decimated. You had Jordan out of the lineup he's been out for a while. And they're still winning these games with an unhealthy team. Watch out Houston Astros. Watch out Detroit Tigers. Watch out New York Yankees. 3 best teams in the American League, almost by far. And it's going to be an absolutely incredible playoff race. Baseball, congratulations. Good job. That's in the American League. We'll jump over to National. The Mets, I told you, were the best record in all of baseball. All the talk about Juan Soto. Is he producing? No, but the team is. That's what matters. They win a World Series or get to the World Series, it's all worth it. It is all worth it. If we have a Subway Showdown, that'd be fantastic. I'm all for that. But the Mets are up in the East by 5.5 games. Philadelphia is really starting to play. Not as of late, but they've played pretty good baseball over the last 20 games. So Philadelphia is 5.5 games back, and then it really falls off the wagon. It's just the Mets and Phillies in the East. The Central, the Chicago Cubs, back to where they belong. First place over the Brewers by 5.5 games. Good job, Chicago. Pittsburgh Pirates, 28 wins on the season. And Paul Skeens breaking records in not a good way. He's literally one of the best pitchers of all time starting off his career and has one of the worst records ever. It is sad to see. Now, trade deadline coming up. Will Pittsburgh build around Paul Skeens or trade him to basically restart that franchise? It's coming, folks. It's coming. You either sign him to $1 billion deal or you restart your franchise with him because you could get the farm for Paul Skeens right now. I mean, imagine what the Yankees would give up per Paul Skeens. If Paul Skeens goes to the Yankees, they're World Series bound probably. I just throwing that out there. Watch out. We're at Los Angeles Dodgers in the West. And what's always really the last few years, one of the best divisions in baseball, Dodgers, Giants, Padres, Diamondbacks. I mean, it's just fun to watch. All 4 of those teams are really good, really good. The Dodgers, I think, should be better. They're not. They've had injuries as well. Injuries are part of baseball. The Dodgers just seem to get knocked with them. It's all going to be about can they be healthy at playoffs? That's pretty much it. If you're the Dodgers, the Giants, or the Padres, that's where you're at. The Colorado Rockies, historically bad. You know what's awesome about the Rockies, though? They're the worst team in the MLB, almost the worst team in the history of baseball. But I think they're in the top 15 as far as attendance. That stadium is amazing. If you've never been to the stadium or watch the Colorado Rockies, yeah, make sure if you're in Denver, you go. That place is phenomenal. Shout out to the Rockies for doing that. 13 wins on the season, probably top 13 in attendance. That's pretty freaking impressive. Let me jump over to the NBA real fast. The NBA finals are going on. The Indiana Pacers shocking everybody right now. They're up 2-1 in the series. Oklahoma City Thunder should have won game 1. They lost. They won game 2. And then the Pacers came back and won game 3 with Caitlin Clark in attendance. This series, I feel for the NBA. The NBA had the playoffs in the NBA were pretty good. Were really good. Their numbers were up, I'm sure. But the finals, 2 small market teams. Again, it doesn't translate like it does in the NFL. Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers, I get it, but there's just not a lot of star power there. You got the SGA, but nobody said anything about him, right? We haven't heard a whole lot. It's all about Halliburton. The entire playoffs and the entire last 2 series have been about Halliburton. He's making a lot of money right now. Game 4 tonight, 7:30. Oklahoma City. This is in Indiana, and it's Oklahoma City -6.5. This is a must-win situation for the OKC Thunder. They have not put a good game together as of yet. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got for today. Friday the 13th. I want to thank Butler CCS Fire, Water, Mold, Roofing. Give them a call. Wes Butler over there, 713-330-9472. C&E Pristine, Plaster Resurfacing. They've got it all, guys. Go look them up on social media. C&E Pristine. Is that phone number covered up right there? I'll throw it up on social media for you guys. Absolutely amazing company. And, of course, Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. Go visit christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Order food to go. Get over there. Get drink specials. What's today? Friday. I know they have a special going on for lunch. Get over to Christian's Tailgate. Watch the baseball games. Watch the NBA Finals there tonight. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls, guys. I'll see you on Monday.